Good morning, Primerica. Welcome to CRM Tuesday, RMC Tuesday, Take Action Tuesday, whatever the heck you want to call this thing. It is going to be loaded with information today. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jack Sapolsky. I am an NSD down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I'm excited to be with you today. So, just one thing to clean up, if I can, before we get started is I notice a lot on Tuesdays when we do this training, y'all are raising your hands because you have questions, and that doesn't work because we don't answer those questions. We can't bring you on. That would be an absolute mess if we do that. So we apologize. So do me a favor, please, if you have questions relevant to CRM, not anything else, but relative to what we're doing, put that in the chat. We've got people that are going to monitor that. So that's important. Real quickly, let me put up a slide for you to take a screenshot of, because we're not going to get into the setting up, the simplicity of setting up CRM for a new person. So go ahead and take a screenshot of that. That click path is accurate. While you're doing that, let me tell you what we're going to do today. If you were on last week, Pam Lucky, the fabulous Pam Lucky, went through the new RMC campaigns as best she could in a short period of time. And she promised that she was going to drill down on it this week, and she's going to do that. So we will answer your questions real time. We will make the best attempt to do that. Pam will stop doing what she's doing if there's a relative question that's based on what she's doing at that moment. In the demo that she's going to do. So if you would, please do me a favor and put your hands, your virtual hands together for the one, the only, the fabulous Pam Lucky.
Good morning, Primerica. Thank you. And I do want to say we do have some home office support behind the scenes. So they really enjoyed last week when we did the emojis, and they got to see what your response to what they're doing is, because we're just the delivery. We show you we've worked hard with them to deliver for you, but they're the ones that do all of this. So if you could just continue to show them our appreciation each week. They are coming on behind the scenes to see, because we get recognition and we get support in the field. That's part of what makes us unique. But remember, they're in corporate. We all remember what the job was like. So please help me honor them as well. So with that, we're going to get into CRM. For those of you that are new, we're going to start with the basics so that we don't lose sight of the fact that we've got a varying level of comfort and exposure to CRM. So first off, CRM is Client Relationship Manager. I call it my contact relationship manager, because if you are truly building a business, you should have more prospects in there than you have clients. It is part of your full service POL subscription. This is not an add-on. This is just one of the many things that are available to you in your Primerica Online. You can get there from between Turbo Apps and Virtual Base Shop, little CRM there. And I don't not jokingly tell you I go in because I have more mature eyes, and that's just blurry at the top of the screen for me. My POL, All Apps for Business, Client Relationship Manager. Now it will typically bring you in. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. Yep, it brings you into the home page, and we need to get out of there because that's real data. I really use my real database here. Today we're going to work with the Rep Marketing Center, which is not new to us, but the way it's delivered is new to us. And there's some function and features that weren't there 2 weeks ago. But first, in order to send out any campaigns, you need to have your preferences set up. So your signature preference, and there's been quite a bit of discussion on the Telegram group about, well, how come my phone number, how come I can't put my mobile number in there? Why has it got my address in a different state? So your name is your personal name unless you have a partnership empowerment program set up. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about there, get with your field trainer or your RVP and they'll talk to you about the PEP program, the Partnership Empowerment Program. You can put your title or not. Mobile number. Now, I will give you a couple disclaimers. My screens may look different than yours because one, I'm a regional vice president, so there's a different level of functionality there. And two, I am beta testing some of the things that are coming in the future for you guys. So if there's something on my screen that's not on yours, either get to RVP or know that it's coming soon. So as an RVP, you have the ability to allow your base shop reps to use their mobile number. Now, why wouldn't you just automatically do that? My personal opinion is we've got a lot of part-timers. You want to make sure people are responded to in a prompt fashion, and to ensure that you would probably use your office number. If you have a base shop of where people are very responsive, then you can allow them to, but it's not you get to pick the regional leaders and do that. It's all or nothing. Your base shop either gets to use their mobile number or not. And then your photo, again, if you have partnership empowerment program, you can put your partner in your photo. Needs to be a decent looking photo. It does require approval. So home office is not going to just let you send anything out. You can't have sunglasses on in your picture. We learned that the other day. This goes out on the solutions newsletter, the quarterly newsletter, if you choose to send that out. And then your scheduling link. I strongly suggest that anybody that is doing their own appointments have a scheduling link. This allows the people that are getting your emails to automatically put themselves on your calendar with no interaction from you. If your securities license, Zoom has a scheduler built in that the home office is already supporting. So I switched from Calendly to the Zoom scheduler. If you're not yet securities licensed, Calendly is, and not that we're supporting any specific program, but Calendly has a free version that you can use. The one thing I say when you're setting up your scheduling link, you must, and it's external to Primerica, you must use your Primerica email address to set it up or it will not get approved. So that is setting up your signature block. Once you've set this up, you're able to send out campaigns. Now, there are some that are automated. You choose whether you want them to be automated or not. Some people choose to automate birthdays. Some people choose not to. They choose to implement a phone call and execute workflows from there. So there's different ways people run their business. Second caveat, I will say, if I tell you something here today and it's not how your RVP does things, don't listen to me. Your RVP is responsible for what their base shop is doing. So take it with a grain of salt. But if you don't have a system in place and we make suggestions today that may work for you, we're happy to share it. It's not that we don't want you doing what we're talking about. US campaigns, they have the same for Canada. You can click this box and select them all, or you pick which ones you want to do. Some people don't want to honor certain holidays or want to handle them separately. Then it's as easy as unclick the box. Solutions newsletter. This goes out quarterly, typically in the first week of the quarter. So know that when you're scheduling your marketing campaigns to send other campaigns out, these typically go out the first week of the quarter. For everybody that's in your system that has an email address, a valid email address at that time. Now, if you add people, which you should be doing throughout the quarter, they will go out at the beginning of the next month and then be set in. So if you're putting people in September, The quarter we're in the last month of the quarter. So they will go out October 1st with the quarterly one for October. So just know that that's how that works. Annual review, this is the month and day that the client first got either life insurance or investments with us. Follow-up, this is not the follow-up I use. The follow-up I use say, oh, Jack says, call me back on Friday. To me, that's a follow-up. This is following up from the annual review. Somebody got a new product with you. And this is this one is a thank you that they got a product with you. You can send it out with a referral or without a request for a referral. The follow-up is, and I'll show you in the actual RMC, you can set it up to go out quarterly or semi-annually, and it's just a touch, reminding them that you're there, you thinking of them, even though it's automated. They think that when you send the one out, says, I've been thinking of you, what's new? They respond and tell you what's new in their life. So the other caveat here is you always need to check your Primerica email, because that's where responses to all these things are coming. I would say at least daily, if not more often than that. My Primerica registration, this is sent out. As you add people into your system, it's sent out every afternoon. They send these out, encouraging people to set up their My Primerica. These are clients. And then Financial Literacy Month, not to be confused with Life Insurance Awareness Month, which is right now. Financial Literacy Month is the month of April. So those are the automated campaigns. Then we have Digital Reputation Program. That's an RVP program the Home Office sets up and maintains, solicits responses to feedback, reviews, I think is the right word for it, for life clients, for a Google web page for you. So it's a digital presence that they take care of 100%. So it's compliant and it's putting you out there. Notifications. Now, this is an area where you kind of need to figure out what works best for you. How I did this was I marked everything and then I scaled it back to what I really wanted it to do. But you have different activity. Now, as we add features and functionality to the system, you need to come back here on occasion because there's sometimes new notifications that are added. The communications, the email, again, it's going to your Primerica email. If it's in CRM, it's going to be at this little bell at the top, like any of you that are on Facebook, you have the little notification bell. Same functionality here. Task list, it's going to show up on your homepage on POL, and it's going to be a task that's assigned. And we have reminders. I don't put time frames on my tasks anymore. We originally had to do that, so I don't have anything marked there. And then investments. Now, if you are investment licensed, these will apply to you personally. Do you want to know when somebody put money in, when a check showed up, when somebody took money out, when a PAC stopped, when it actually started, the PAC plus, the auto increase got into place. And then if you are an RVP, you have the same level for base shop. Now, if you have an office manager, they have the same level of authority in CRM that you do. So anything the RVP can do, the office manager can do, but you can assign tasks to other people as well, office manager level. So now that's our preferences. Now we're going to get in the meat of what we're going to talk about today, which is our RMC campaigns. Now, right now, this is, if for those of you that were here last week, you saw this is new and exciting. It looks totally different. Right now, Explore All and emails will return you the same information. Remember, this is the basis, the foundation of our new and improved RMC. We are going to be building from here. So right now we have emails, but we're going to have content in the future, not just emails, but web-based content that you can share with people. So there'll be more in the Explore All in the future. But if we click, and you can pick United States or Canada, it'll show you every one of the campaigns that are offered. It will show you them with the graphic. And if you click on it, preview, it'll show you the whole thing. Where it says Jane Smith, ignore that it says Jane Smith. If you set up your email preferences, it will send out with your information. You can select at this point to use it from here, or you can just review them. Now, as they come up, scroll down because they come up and they have a white star on them. If it's one that you've reviewed and it's one that is relevant to how you do business and you want to keep it, because you see there's over 100 of these in here for the United States. I don't want to have to take the time to scroll through each one to remember what was that one. So if you click on it, this one's automated, so it will make it one of your favorites and it'll bring it up at the top. And I'll show you how that's relevant in a couple different areas. So here you can view them graphically, or if you change the view over here, you can, don't click it twice, only once. It shows you here alphabetically my favorites, and then the new ones, and it tells you it's new. Life Insurance Awareness Month came out last Tuesday after we did our training. And then they're alphabetical, numbers come before the letters for the rest of them. It tells you if it's automated. And again, here you can preview them from here or use them. Now, I do want to show you something I learned last week. Is we're going to go back into the library. Because I learned this just like a step ahead of you guys, so I can teach it to you. If I do this and I say, okay, now it's in English, it will translate it into French, it will translate it into Spanish. Now, they all display here in English, but in the contact card, if you're in Canada and you mark French, here in the United States and you mark Spanish, they will receive it in that language. But they're all displayed here. With the exception of the mortgage ones, legally we can only send them in English. So no, here in the United States, know that's how that works. Here allows them to schedule an appointment. But what I want to do is I'm going to show you how to use a campaign. Now most of this is new. You can use a custom greeting. You can have it just say hello, hello with their first name, hello with their preferred name. Now I'm going to mark that because preferred name is at the top of the contact card. My name's Pamela, but I prefer to be called Pam. So it would have my name, and then you would put, or I have somebody whose name is Kenneth, but he's the third, so he goes by Trey. Now, you call him Kenneth, that was his father. So those kind of things. So if there's not a preferred name there, do you not want to use a name and just say hello, or do you want to use a first name? You get to customize this the way you want. So here I'm going to tell them use a first name. Now, recipient list. This first one we know is a little buggy. Sometimes you click on it the first time and it doesn't show up. And sometimes it gives you weird stuff like my emails. Here we go. Alphabetically, it is a list of all the custom lists. Now, this is not just your custom lists, but these are the ones Primerica created. So if you're used to sending things to the prospects only and the clients only, like I am, that Primerica created, here it says Primerica at the end of the custom list. So here's that one, and then here's the prospects only. But you can send, so I'm going to pick one. And I don't have my sample one here. Uh-oh. Okay. So what you would do, we're going to go create a custom list real quick. Create a custom list. And I went to custom list on the left menu. Sorry. I thought I had this done already. Apparently I deleted it after the last time we did it. So we have the sample custom list. Now I'm going to go to my contacts. And I'm going to go into advanced search. And I'm going to find people with the last name Sample. So I'm giving you data that's not okay. And then because this is a list now, and you want to do something with the list, you need to switch it from list view to actions. And now it puts this box on the left-hand side. So if I click at the top of the box, I can select all of them. And I want to add them to the custom list. Now, what custom list do I want to add them to? The sample one I just created. Once there, because I said select them all, it's doing it in a batch process. So you see now the little bell has a 1. Click on it and it says they were added to my sample custom list successfully. So now I can use that list. So let's go back to the RMC campaign. And okay. Need to know the titles of what's out there. There we go. And we're going to use this one. So we got the custom greeting, preferred name, use their first name. And I want the sample list. See, they're alphabetical here, got put right in there. And then I can choose to send now. Now I'm going to do this because I learned something this last week. Really, it didn't do it. If there's a problem, oh, you know why? Because you guys' pictures are in the way. I tell it send now. Now, if there's a problem, no email address in there, invalid email address. You have an email address, but you didn't click the box to say that they've agreed to allow you to send emails. They've unsubscribed, or it's a terminated contact and the consent's not there. Because people may no longer be a client of yours, but still want the material. Once they become terminated, you need to reset that consent check mark. So if you want to clean up this data, add these as tasks. They will show up on your task list as due today or tomorrow, depending on the time of day you do that. And it will say clean up RMC. Update data, RMC. It's there and it will assign it to you. I did bring up the point that we need to be able to assign it to myself and or an office manager. So, but that right now is there to be able to clean up your data as you go. So I'm not going to send that out. The other area in which I get all excited about we're able to do now is you can use a tag. Now, what is a tag? A tag is something you determine to be able to label a specific content. You see here, I have advisor expansion, California businesses, CPAs, dads. And I have dads and moms because historically we've not been able to automate Mother's Day and Father's Day. Dentist, this is the abbreviation of the church we go to, from the Google web page that I mentioned. How Money Works landing page, a nonprofit event I took place in, different areas you're able. Now, this is limited by your own creativity as to how you want to segment your group. So you can send out a campaign to, hey, you want to send a campaign to all the realtors? You can do that. Not this one, but there is a campaign to recruit realtors. And then you can send it to a specific individual. And all you would do there is click there, and I'm not going to, because this isn't going to just show you sample, it'll show you my real stuff. You can send it to a specific individual that is in your database. Now, if they're not in your CRM, you can't send it to them. You need to add them first. So that is how to end. If you didn't want it to go right now, you could schedule it to happen in the future. So that's our content library and how to send out a campaign. Now, if you're in the contact card and you think about a campaign you want to send to an individual, you can still send it to the individual that way. You don't have to come over here to RMC to send it. You can do it from where you were in the contact card. Sequences, I said last week it's new, but it's not, because if you look, we've had these 4 sequences already. The business owner recruiting series, anything that happened more than once is a sequence. Follow up. Now I'm gonna show you this one because, as I mentioned when we were doing the automated campaigns, the follow-ups, you can choose whether they go out every 90 days or every 180 days. Now this can be automated, but it doesn't have to be. But I choose 90 days. The more often I touch somebody, the more often they hear from me. To me, it's better. You can choose it to be that way, or you can choose it to send the day after they opened the previous email. My personal opinion is I prefer to be in control of when this goes out. So this is how I have it set up. And then you just, if you changed it to the 180 days, you just click use, and that way it's set up that way. So the How Money Works concept series, again, they are set up. You get to, if you want the sequence different, they default to every 7 days. But if you want it differently, more frequently, less frequently, you now are in control of how that works. The other one I want to point out in specific content library is recruiting. And that is, there are some of the campaigns that when you go to use them, do you want your self-service IBA link to be in there? If you had it marked in your last, before we upgraded, it defaults, it brought it all over. You don't have to go reset it. But if it's not, it'll be unchecked, and you can check that. There are a few of the campaigns, not all of the recruiting ones, but some of them that you're allowed. So here, I'll show you how that works. You've got, this one's got the one-on-one recruiting brochure attached. You can look at the brochure. You can see how that, all 8 pages of it there. Or here, ready to join our team, get started here. It puts them, links them with your My IBA link, and they can do their IBA right there. You get an email when it's uploaded into Primerica. When they finish, you get an email saying, hey, somebody filled out an IBA, and you get to respond from there. It doesn't automatically do anything other than allow them the opportunity to be able to do that. Now, if we go into results, are we okay, Dan? Okay, I'm jumping all over the place. I want to make sure. And now they do know that when we click results and there's a lag in time, it has been reported, and they are researching why is this part taking so long. We've had it take up to 20 seconds yesterday. So know that, yes, there is a lag, and it is consistently a lag. It's not anything your internet's doing. So I want to explain this again because this is a perfect example. Yes, from the 14th to the 20th, we're on the 16th. So from Sunday on, 8 emails have been sent. And if you clicked on the blue, you would see what got sent and who it got sent to. 8 were delivered. Yay. That means everything I sent got to its end destination. But what's this 78 got opened? Well, since Sunday, campaigns that I have sent, either the 8 yesterday or those previously, people are still opening the 4th of July campaigns. So since Sunday, 78 things that I have sent out have been opened. Now, if I send an email to Jack and he opened it on Sunday and then he reopened it today, it's only going to count the one time, the first time it's opened. It will document in his contact card in the campaign history that he's opened it multiple times, but here it will only count one time. And unfortunately, somebody unsubscribed from my email. Undelivered means that there's 3 things that can happen. It'll say bounced. Bounced means that multiple things. It could be that they have an email address they've given you that they don't check and the email box is full. So it's bounced. Or you're sending it to an entity that has a restriction on the size of the email that can come in. You noticed all of them had graphics on them. Those are large when it's the graphics take up a big bit of space when it's delivering something. So it could be you're sending it to their place of business, military, education. They all limit the size. So it could be bounced because of that. All of these are reasons to reach out and talk to somebody. If it bounced, is there a better email address I can send it to? If it says invalid, then their email address is not valid, and you really need to call them and get a good email address. The other one will say duplicate. What that means is there's more than one person that you're sending the campaign to that has the same email address. We have husbands and wives that share their email address. It's only one of them is going to go through, but one of them is going to bounce as a duplicate. So know that that's true. Again, call and ask, is there another email address I could be using? This will show you the results for this week. And then here we'll show the results prior to 9/6. 9/6 is the day we switched from the old system to this new system. They're in separate databases in terms of the way things are reported and the way things are displayed. So if I was to click back and do this month, I'm going to spin again because it's got to go get my results.
Hey, Pam, while it's doing that, just to digress for a moment, the personalized IBA link, that is found in the Primerica app, Turbo apps, IBA, and that link is up at the top that you can copy and paste.
And you don't need to copy and paste. You just click it and it puts it there for you.
Okay, there you go.
But yes, if you were going to put it anywhere and send it anywhere, that would be the place you would locate it.
Thank you.
Okay, what I was trying to show you is this data changed, but this down here hasn't. And what it gives you when well, it's not going to do it right now. What it gives you is it'll tell you the campaign that went out, whether you sent it or it was automated, the date it went out, how many were sent, how many were delivered, how many opened. So the cumulative data here, it will be based on specific campaigns you sent out. So if you sent out a happy birthday, whether it was automated or you sent it out, it would tell you if the person opened it or how many people you had this week that had a happy birthday. So very helpful data when it comes back. Scheduled. Again, like I say most weeks, this is a construction zone. We are constantly adding and improving. So sometimes things don't work as way we think they're supposed to, but know full well that the home office is aware and working in the background. So if you have things scheduled in the future, again, you can pick to send them now, or you can pick to send them in the future. I don't have anything scheduled in the future right now, but the automated campaigns are, and it shows you annual reviews based on annually on their date. Birthdays go out daily. Financial Literacy Month is annually. The follow-ups, those go out daily, again, based on what's in your CRM database. My Primerica goes out daily. Solutions newsletter quarterly. The thank yous daily. And then the holidays go out annually, and there's another page of them here, all the holidays that I have picked. So there's multiple ways of us getting analytics or numbers back to be able to say, hey, is anybody even looking at this stuff? You're able to see this. Now, if you are so inclined, there is under Learn More on the left-hand side, there's an RMC training. It's a 65 slide deck presentation on what I just covered and maybe some things I missed on what's new with this updated RMC. There's also a training deck, and I don't remember, I think it's 35, 45 pages here, to how to set up your landing pages and how to leverage them, suggestions of how to use them. Because that's a big question people ask. Okay, I got this landing page link QR code, what do I do with it? And now that I'm talking about that, let me show you, because there are some rules, qualifiers, if you want to call them, for your landing pages. So if we go to the dark blue menu on the left here and on landing page, right now we have the opportunity to set up to 4 landing pages. Everyone brand new to Primerica, this is your first experience with CRM, you have access to the How Money Works and the opportunity focused landing page on livemore.net. Everybody can set those up. Now, how do you do that? It'll start with basic information. The basic information here, you notice none of it's updatable, none of it's editable, none of it you can change. That all came from your preferences that we set up in the beginning. So here, except your signature, they just take your name and they make your signature. So that basic information from your preferences is feeding into your landing pages, and each one of your landing pages will have that. So the How Money Works, mine are already set up. So I will show you what it looks like, because you have the opportunity in the How Money Works for a checkbox to notify you via your Primerica email when somebody requests a book, and to notify you in CRM with the little notification bell. That's the only thing that's different in setting that up. So here's my How Money Works page. The top right is personalized, and they can request a book. Here's the girl in the black shirt, 2-minute video, talks about how money works. Different concepts. If they didn't get it in the top right-hand corner, here is a copy of Get Your Own Book. You can digitally download it. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, personalizes it for you. They can email you, they can schedule an appointment by clicking on your landing page. Now that's How Money Works. Again, you have the opportunity to set up the How Money Works and the opportunity, everybody can set those up. Live More Client landing page. I'm going to go back to the original here. The Live More Client focused landing pages, you need 2 things to set this up. You need to be life licensed, and you need to have already set up your Primerica.com, your name, webpage. Now, where do you do that? If you go back into My POL, under All Apps for Business, in the bottom right-hand side, you set up your MyRep website. It'll walk you through, they call it a wizard, set it up. But look, You can attach your landing pages to your Primerica.com page. And how does it look? Well, here they can schedule an appointment. Scroll on down, get more information. This is your opportunity focused landing page. Join my team is my IBA link. Scroll on down. Teach simple, easy to understand financial concepts. This is how money works. So all of the landing pages, most of the landing pages, have a link to them. Wall of Wealth landing page, the actual landing page, you must be securities licensed to be able to use it. Coming soon to a theater near you in the near future, we will have the We Do What's Right landing page. Obviously need to be life licensed to market life insurance. So that will be the requirement on that one. But there's been some question and confusion of how come I don't have access to all 4 of them. Right now, that's the criteria to get those landing pages. Do we have any questions, Dan, that I can field? You're muted.
There was one question that said, my campaign is grayed out. How do I get it to blue? Is it more of a licensing that they're not?
Any campaign that you're not able to send out means that there's not the system does not show you licensed in that area. There are some states, and thank you for bringing that up. There are some states that you need to have a license to do prepaid legal, or there's additional requirements to do prepaid legal. There's some states that there's additional licensing required to do auto and home. So some of those areas, and if you're not securities licensed, there are certain securities ones you can't send out. If you are not securities licensed and looking to send out stuff, anything that's under RMC in the collection of our financial concepts, everyone can send those out. And if I click on it, it shows you which campaigns those are.
Pam, somebody just asked that the campaigns that they scheduled before the start of the new RMC system, are they still good, or do they need to reschedule them?
My initial gut feeling is yes, you should still be there, but go look under scheduled and see that they are to verify that. If not, then reschedule them. But my understanding is what was in place got moved. Anybody else on the panel have anything?
Somebody asked, Pam, can you show how favorites show up on the contact card?
Oh, sure. I'm going to go in and pick on Abba Sample because she's a client in my sample people. And you can send campaigns to clients or prospects. I don't want you to misconstrue that. This is the contact card as it looks today. On the left-hand side, you want to go into campaign. You want to send a campaign. Your favorites are going to show up first. I have 6 pages of favorites. All the other campaigns are going to show up under more campaigns. Automated are going to display, but if you click the box, you can go into all those other categories. That's why every time when I say do your homework and know where these things are located, if it's something you're going to use all the time, favorite it, because how they have put them in different categories may or may not be the same way I would have categorized them. So in order for me to find them quickly, I favorite them. And then how do you use them? You just click on it and you can schedule it to happen in the future, or you can send it immediately. If there's a problem with it, it will tell you that right there. If you wanted to know what does this, remind me, what does this look like? Click on the link and it'll show you the preview. Anything else?
It was,
We're typing as we go too, so it's kind of difficult.
That's okay.
there was a question, are we in compliance if we post a Wall of Wealth landing page on our social media?
The link to your landing page?
It just says if we post a Wall of Wealth landing page on our social media. It sounds like outside of going through RMC is my guess. I'm just reading.
Right. No, my hesitancy in answering is, are you posting the link to your page, the QR code to your page, those kind of things? They're designed to be used individually. So more of a direct message as opposed to posting it on your social media wall. Check the compliance handbook for specifics.
Two things, Pam. One is, could you go back over where to set up the web page, and then the other one was how do we add the personalized IBA to the Join My Team from the Primerica personalized website?
Okay. So to go back to creating where you create your own Primerica.com webpage. Go into my Primerica Online, obviously, my POL, all apps for business and client management. In the bottom right, under other tools, 4 from the bottom, and don't say that because they may change it from 4 from the bottom, but you want my rep website. And it'll walk you through adding your picture, picking what end you want for your myprimerica.com, how you want it to be, what is your Primerica email address, do you want to put your mobile number in there? And then once your landing pages are approved or your scheduling link is approved, you can link them to this page. And it'll show the way that I had displayed it previously. Now, to use your My IBA link in the campaigns, there are only certain recruiting campaigns where that's allowed. And to do that, let's go into recruiting. So these are the recruiting campaigns. And if you preview them, this isn't one of them. That's not one of them. Those are generic, but the one-on-one recruiting has ready to join our team. So when you go to use it, if I take the link off, let me show you what the preview looks like. Ready to join our team is there, but it will not be on the display because it will not be on the end product because you do not have the link attached. So when it has you the opportunity in the actual preview of showing ready to join our team, those are the campaigns in which you can add your link, and you do it as easily as include my IBA link. It's linking to the page in your Primerica app that has your link attached to it. So this stuff is becoming all interdependent on each other. Garbage in, garbage out. Make sure everything's cleaned up and the way you want it to be. That is not where I wanted to go. There we go. So my homework and my action plan for you guys is to get in here, learn the campaigns, preview them, find the ones that resonate with you, and then put together a marketing campaign. What would you like to send out the rest of this month? The campaigns typically in the industry have an open rate in the teens. So anywhere from 10 to 20% open rate. Our open rate is 52% because we have relationships with these people that we're sending campaigns to. So just another uniqueness, how we are different than the rest of the industry. So with that, Jack, I'll turn it back over to you.
Fantastic, Pam. Unbelievable. By the way, I was told that this particular one will be posted on POL probably by Friday. For all of the people that we have not been able to get to your questions, oh my gosh, we apologize. Dan is typing like crazy, and Jody is typing like crazy, and people are typing like crazy to try and get these things answered, but we will cover them. If you have questions, crm_feedback@primerica.com, and home office will absolutely answer your questions for you. They do respond. They're overwhelmed, so it might take a bit, but they will respond to you, I promise. Pam, you did phenomenal. As always,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, everybody. See you next Tuesday. Great job.